Well, what's up, Blue Devil Nation? Welcome back to another episode of the LTU Sports Report Football Coaches Show. My name is Lauren Planter, as always joined by the head coach, Scott Merchant. And I'll tell you what, watching the first half, I know we felt like we've been on this carousel, but I want to know, what was it that you said to the boys in the locker room at the half? I don't know if there's anything too profound, but they came out and really looked like a fire was lit underneath them.
I literally did not speak to the team.
Okay.
I can take no credit.
So so they stepped up for themselves.
They, we just went about our business. Our offensive coaches talked to the offense, defensive coaches talked to the defense. Coach Mena and I talked to the special teams and made a couple fixes on that.
Yeah.
I mean, we're at the point of the season now where, speeches and talk and all that.
Right.
It's getting late in the year for that. So, I mean, that was all them. You'd have to ask them what was said and what was, what was done. But, it was the opposite script we've had the last, month, where we start out hot and then, the second half, we kind of peter out there. We got off to a slow start, which we didn't want to do.
Right.
But to the kids' credit, we came out after halftime. It's 28-7. They get the ball. We get a stop right away, and then next thing you know, it's 35-30 in the fourth quarter.
10 minutes left.
Yeah, and this thing's a game, and we just weren't able to stop them at the end. But I was, I told the kids I was proud of their effort. I thought they played hard. Now you play hard for 60 minutes. The goal is to play hard and well.
Right.
For 60 minutes.
Right.
And consistency is the word, and we are just not consistent enough in certain areas at this time to overcome those things. And we're working on it. Yeah. But that was a good football team. Taylor, they're 6-2. They're ranked in our region. They have a chance to be in the playoffs. So our guys could have packed it in at halftime and got back on the bus, and all credit goes to them for battling. And that's what I said. I said, it's not the result we wanted. It was the effort we wanted. Now we just have to work on the execution and be more consistent.
Right. Put two halves together. And then,
man, what would that look like?
I know. Well, hopefully
it happened once.
I hope it this Saturday.
It happened once again, ever in the year, and
I know.
But yes, trust me, we're like a broken record. What would it look like if we put a full game together?
Well, let's say this. At this point in the season, like you said, the speeches are over, but it is an opportunity of where you are seeing, especially at key positions, improvement. You've had the opportunity to play younger players maybe a little bit more than you had expected to, but regardless of that, they've been thrust into this position. How are they responding, and are you seeing some real growth in some certain areas?
Sure. We've already talked about Colin Martell at corner. He continues to get better. He's locked down a starting position. We actually started a third freshman D lineman this week.
Oh, yeah.
We're very young up front, and we're seeing some good things out of those guys. Offensively, Preston Crum has started. He had a little bit of an injury a few weeks ago, and he's really started to improve in terms of depth at quarterback.
Yeah.
We're seeing a lot of these young guys mature and improve, and that's the name of the game right now. This stage of the season. we want to. How much better can we get in the next 3 weeks?
This weekend is Senior Day, final home game of the season before you guys head back out on the road. Really an opportunity, I think, to get out there and let this team have a chance to hopefully give the fans something to cheer about here, at the end of the season. Or towards the end of the season.
We obviously want to send our seniors out on top in their last home game. It's been a challenging year for them, a lot of change.
Yeah.
But they've stuck it out and seen it through. And they've had, this is kind of their third tough season in a row. So anytime somebody sees something through, I have nothing but respect for them. It's easy to stick things out when everything's good and things are going well. Anybody can do that.
Yeah.
But when things are challenging or difficult, really says a lot about your character. And these 21 guys who will be honored and their families on Saturday, I give them a lot of credit in seeing it through their last year of college football.
That's right, 100%. I know it's your first year going through it, but is Madonna the rival? Is that because the MSFA is different than, say, the WAC conference, which obviously a lot of these other schools playing U of M Dearborn, or other schools that they consider their rivalry sports kind of got its own rival. Would you say this is the one that probably at some point should be built as the rival?
I think ideally all the schools in Michigan would be a rivalry. I know there's a State of Michigan trophy.
Mm-hmm.
In our conference.
Right.
I think Siena has it right now.
Okay.
But
and Concordia will not be anymore.
Right. So I think with our proximity to Madonna, it's just kind of a natural geographical thing. Mm-hmm. They're a new program, we're a newer program. I don't know. I haven't been in it yet.
Yeah.
The Siena game was pretty intense.
For sure.
So I kind of expect that again this week, and then also with Concordia. Not that the other games weren't intense, but just a little different feel to it when you're going against home state teams. So I know there's a trophy for the game, and so usually that means it's a rivalry.
Right.
But we'll see Saturday.
We will see Saturday. And I will say that, do you feel that this particular team, have you had an opportunity to, we record these on Monday, so when the show comes out on Wednesday, we record on Monday. Have you had a chance to really look at Madonna and kind of break them down already as to what they bring to the table?
Our process is on Sunday. We kind of, we go through the day before his game, and we tie that up and meet with the team, and then we finish that, and then we start on our opponent on Sunday night, and then all Monday, and then all week. Today's a really heavy film day.
Okay. And just one more reflection back on Taylor, any other players that you'd like to call out right now that played particularly well in your mind?
We had a lot of different guys catch the ball. I thought our receivers had had one of their better performances. Defensively, it's the same three-headed monster. Lackey, Jones, and Snyder. I think Brody had 14 tackles, 3 for loss, and a sack. And but we're starting 4 freshmen on defense right now. Some of those guys, that was their first start in college. And then, offensively, I thought Jaden Remember played a good game. I thought that Brendan Searsaw had a good game. I thought Nick Robinette probably played his best game. So Tyler Garrett had a couple real nice catches. Buddy Banks Williams was back from an injury, and he made a couple nice plays. So it wasn't like kind of one guy, but like there was, I'd say, 4 or 5 receivers who had nice, solid games.
Yeah, absolutely, Ryan, spreading it around. Again, really a difference of 2 halves. And it'll be interesting to see, when this thing does come together, what that's going to look like. We're going to be, I think, all pleasantly surprised. And then expectations will be there. That's what we're going to do moving forward. Again, Coach is looking for players, so we always want to put it out there that there's a lot of athletes that we want to bring into the fold here at LTU. We want to grow this roster. There is scholarship money available. I feel like we have to say it a little bit every week because this is the time that players are really taking a look at where they want to go. And we encourage people to recruit themselves here. Recruit yourself. Go to LTUathletics.com. Go on the football page. Fill out the questionnaire. And or you can reach out to Coach Merchant or any of the coaches, via social media and, start a conversation.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's never enough good players.
Yeah.
Ever. And football is a game of attrition, so you need to get as many quality student athletes and football players in here because injuries are going to happen, illness is going to happen.
We want you to put LTU on your radar. We're not, sitting here just selling you the program. What we're telling you is you're going to get a great education here. There are a lot more degree programs than you could possibly think of, well over 100. And again, where else are you going to have an opportunity where if you bring the goods on, the package that you are bringing to Coach Merchant and his staff, they have scholarship money available and they want to be able to share it with you. So when you break down that money, and you could receive up to 2 scholarships, there's academic monies that you combine that with, all of a sudden you're looking at your price tag at the end of the day and you're like, wow, this is on par with pretty much anything else. And yet I get the value of a Lawrence Tech education. And I implore you to look that up and see what that means. And I'm talking about return on investment. I'm talking about your starting salaries when you leave this institution and the opportunity you get while you're here. So just do that, explore it, and again, if you got time on Saturday, maybe you're a high school team and maybe unfortunately didn't have an opportunity to make playoffs, come on out. Come on out to Blue Devil Stadium at 1 o'clock or tune into YouTube and check them out and see if maybe this might be a fit for you. But with that said, we always have player conversations here on the show, and we had an opportunity to talk to a graduate transfer. Those happen too here, and those who still have eligibility and opportunity to want to play some more. He is a perfect example, and we had an opportunity to have a conversation with him. So John Burnett is a graduate transfer getting an opportunity to finish out his college football career here at Lawrence Tech, and he joins us here to have a conversation. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Okay. So you're a Metro Detroit guy, right? Where'd you go to high school?
I went to North Farmington High School.
Yeah.
So I played under Coach Herstein and Coach Harrington.
Yeah.
For my last senior year. It was different. The first 3 years of my high school career, we started slow. We weren't the best.
Right.
We had the pieces, but we couldn't put it together. And we heard Harrison was closing.
Yeah.
And just knowing, the legacy that Coach Harrington had and his staff had, we knew that, we had the pieces and, they're the last piece to put it together. And we ended up having a successful 2019 year season.
Yeah.
And, I still remember every game I ever played that year.
Yeah, well, that's fantastic. What a great way to finish and really kind of set yourself up for, what was going to be next for you, which I believe was Kalamazoo College. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So talk about your experience there and, how your, playing in the MIAA was like.
Coming out of high school, I wanted to play college football, but I also wanted to get an education, and Kalamazoo was kind of best of both worlds. Coach Zorbo came and talked to me, and my mom wanted me to take a visit there, and she liked what she heard. I liked what I heard. Obviously, a high school kid's really just focusing on football. But,
right.
I knew that education was going to have to play a part in some of the choice. I decided to go to Kalamazoo, and I played there for 4 years. I was lucky enough to get thrown in the fire, and I started all 4 years.
Wow.
Because the first year was COVID. We had 2 games in the spring.
Right.
And I learned so much while I was there. Obviously, school wasn't easy.
Yeah.
Every day was a grind for school and also for football and playing in the MIAA. You got good teams over there.
Yeah.
You played the best of them.
Absolutely. What did you major in?
I majored in business, but I also minored in psychology and music.
Okay. So how did you end up doing this thing, coming here to LTU, and you still had a year of eligibility? So how did that journey happen?
After last season at Kalamazoo, I didn't know what I was going to do. And my dad was kind of battling through cancer at the time. So he didn't really get to go to a lot of my games last year because he was having a lot of treatments.
Okay.
So I knew I kind of wanted to have one more year of him seeing me.
Yeah.
And the best way was to come closer to home. And so I kind of was looking around, kind of putting my name in the portal. I found Lawrence Tech had an MBA program, which was what I wanted to do.
Okay.
Unfortunately, my dad passed away on Easter this past year. But I knew going to Lawrence Tech, where he graduated from a long time ago.
Wow.
Years ago.
Wow.
It's kind of like a memorial to him, is, continuing his legacy here, and also continuing what he loved watching me to do on a daily basis.
And I'll tell you what, I'm sorry for your loss, but it must have been, I bet he was probably amazed when he learned Lawrence Tech had football.
Yeah, he graduated a long time ago.
Exactly.
And when I told him I'm gonna play football at Lawrence Tech, he was a shocker, I guess.
So he did know that you were coming here.
Yeah, I committed in January.
Okay.
He passed in March, so he was looking forward to it, but obviously that it couldn't happen. But I know he's up there watching over me, and
absolutely.
He's thankful for my opportunity that I got.
That's right, and hopefully season here is going to end the way that you want to end, kind of like your high school career did. Talking about the team this year, it's very much in transition, and some of these players, the older players, have been through 3 regimes, which is obviously very difficult to try and understand and navigate through. But this group of coaches that are currently here at Lawrence Tech, what has been your experience with them? I mean, a lot of them have NFL experience, and they seem like they really are dead set on really teaching the game the way it's meant to be taught.
Yeah, I mean, I've played for a numerous amount of coaches in my career.
Yeah.
Right from the get-go, I knew Coach Murch was for real. His legacy at Chippewa Valley I knew of, especially, playing in high school.
That's right.
You hear about them a lot. And just knowing the coaching staff that he brought in, it's full trust. I had full trust in them. I knew what I was getting myself into. Coach Merchant has a lot of similar styles to how Coach Herstein and Coach Harrington coached, so it wasn't like I didn't have to change a lot.
Right.
And I like getting coached hard. And so it's full trust in them. I know the players, I know the coaches now, and we should be a lot better than what we have.
Right.
But obviously, new program, new system, it takes time. And we understand that, and we just got to put it together and hopefully get better.
And I'll tell you what, it really was encouraging to see the fortitude to come out in the second half and not be deterred by obviously what was a very disappointing first half. I'm sure you guys got riled up and you guys kind of rallied around each other. And it's funny how momentum works.
Yes, sir.
You guys really got some things going. It just didn't at the end work out the way we want it. But again, we look to a new week. It's your second senior day this Saturday. So I'm sure that will be extra special for you, your final home game for your college football career. And Madonna team coming in that hasn't had a win this season. So definitely, I'm sure you guys have a lot of high hopes. What's the attitude of the team right now going into this weekend so far?
I think it's just keep battling. Obviously, the season hasn't went the way we wanted to, but as long as we stick together and battle it out for these last 3 games, we have nothing to lose. Right. There's nothing to lose. We're down. We've had 1 win. There's nothing to lose, so we got to put it all on the field, especially for these seniors. Right. I know these seniors are going to come in this week in this game and going to give it their all because it's their last ride. That's right. That's right. Absolutely. And then the last 2 games on the road, and we'll see what happens. So what's next for you? What's your future look like? I don't know yet. I know that I'm coming back next year and I'm going to join Coach Merchant's staff as a graduate assistant coach.
All right.
So I'm excited about that. My body might not be getting another year, but
Right.
definitely my mind is getting another year. And I'm looking forward to teaching, the younger players, the freshmen and sophomores, kind of what I've learned throughout my 5 years of college football.
Yeah.
And giving them pointers and helping them out. And obviously, I just want to see this program succeed in the future.
Yeah. Well, then, do you see yourself as a coach here moving forward?
The future is bright for me.
Okay.
Obviously, my future is up in the air.
Yeah.
I'm going to see how coaching goes because this is my first time coaching.
Right.
Obviously, I love football, and
Yeah.
this is all I've been around for my whole life. So, I have the NBA to look forward to also.
Absolutely.
So maybe in the future I can also do both, hopefully.
Again, we wish you the best of luck, and it looks like we'll be able to see you next year, just on the other side. And good luck the rest of this season. And I want to see you get in the end zone a few more times
Yes,
too.
sir.
So
Thank you.
We
Thank
saw
you for
that
having
at
me.
Judson, and we want to see it more. So whether he's at running back or he's at fullback, he'll be busting his tail to open some holes and get in there for LTU. So John Burnett, good luck.
Thank you.
And that's it for this week's episode. If you guys want to check out the game, Senior Day this Saturday. It's going to be right here at Blue Devil Stadium. Game time is at 1 o'clock, and you can go ahead and just follow us and check it out on the LTU Athletics YouTube page. And of course, we'll have another episode of the LTU Sports Report Football Coaches Show next week. So we'll see you then.